Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda and this is Birchandily, my podcast about knitting and cross stitch. Today is May 25th, 2020. It is absolutely gorgeous outside. It's so warm and wonderful and sunny, and I'm so excited about the summer weather. Yay. We've been able to get outside lots and enjoy it, and been working in the garden. Leia, our puppy, loves the warm weather, so it's been really good. But I have also had time to get some crafting done, of course, since I'm here recording a new episode for you guys. So let's jump right into that. As always, I forgot to tell you where you can find me on the internet. There are two places that you can find me. The first is on Instagram at birch.and.lily, and the second is on Ravelry at birchandily. And if you haven't subscribed already, please think about doing so. It helps me a lot. It gets my videos out there to other people, and I really appreciate it. So let's jump into what I've been working on now. I have one finished object this episode. I believe last episode I had said that I would try my hardest to get this project finished by the next time I recorded. I didn't think it would happen, but it did. I put a lot of work into this. I was really enjoying working on it, so I just had a hard time putting it down. So yeah, because of that, I got it finished, which is awesome. I don't have a frame around the house so that I can fully finish it at the moment, but once things start to open up here in Michigan, I will definitely be going out and trying to find a frame for this. This project is Summer Squirrel. It is a cross stitch pattern by the Blue Flower. So I stitched this up on 40 count Alabaster linen, and I used all of the called for threads. I am really happy with how this turned out. It is so cute. I do have all of the other squirrel patterns, cross stitch patterns from the Blue Flower, so I will definitely be working on those so that I can switch them out throughout the seasons. But I do think I will take a little bit of a break for the next little bit and work on some other projects that I have in the works. But I'm super happy with how this turned out. I love it. It's beautiful. The Alabaster linen turned out perfectly. It is not the called for fabric. I'm trying to think what the called for is. The called for fabric is Vintage Gray from R&R Reproductions. It was out of stock at that point in time, so I did just contact the staff at 123 Stitch and asked what they thought would be a good substitution, and they told me Alabaster. And I'm very happy with how it worked with everything and how it turned out. So that is finished. I will set it off to the side so that I can put all of the floss and everything back into storage. And let's jump into what I have been working on the past 2 weeks. The first thing that I put some progress into is my pair of Poet socks. This is a pattern by Sari, Norlund. So I was able to finish the first sock, which is awesome. I absolutely love this pattern. I talked about it a lot last episode, how beautiful it is. You definitely have to pay attention to it. It's complex, but look how pretty it turns out. It's worth the hard work. So this progress keeper here is from Random Fandom Bags. It's a little Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz. So that was where I was last episode. That's where I finished off. So I was able to finish the toe, Kitchener it together. I cast on 60 stitches for this sock on 2.25 millimeter US 1 needles. I did one full pattern repeat for the leg, slip stitch, heel flap and gusset, wedge toe. I am a size, I don't think I've ever said before, I'm a size 6.5 in socks, so that's also another reason I can bang out socks pretty fast for myself, because I have itty bitty feet. So I really don't have to make them that big. But yeah, first sock of my Poet socks is done. And then here we have the second sock cast on. I am about 15 rows on the cuff, and I would say I'm about 10 or 15 into the leg, probably 10. Anyways, doesn't matter that much, but I've been able to get a little bit of work on these. I will definitely be pulling them out more that the weather is getting warmer now, because it's the perfect project to work on when I'm sitting out on the deck and enjoying the sunshine. So these will get lots more work. Really enjoying them. Sari is running a summer knit along all summer. So every month, I think for the next, this was the first pattern, and then the next 2 months she's releasing a couple other sock patterns, and if you knit all of them you can be entered for some prizes and stuff. So that is what I am planning to do. I didn't even mention what this yarn is. Goodness. It feels like so long since I recorded last, but it's been the regular 2 weeks. I don't know why it feels so long. This yarn is from Hey Sister Yarn Co. They are not dyeing yarn, unfortunately, anymore. You may be able to find some on a D-stash, though. This is the Allons-y base, which is a 75/25. And this was a club colorway, their Princess Bride club. This color here is called the Brute Scross. If I could speak English. This lighter color is called the Brute Squad, and the red is called Highness. And I have this project in my favorite size of sock bag from Birch Grove. So the next project that I have been working on is a cross stitch project. I don't think I showed this last episode. I took a little bit of a break from it, but I did pull it out again this past week, and I put a decent amount of work into it. This is His Eyes on the Sparrow, a cross stitch pattern from Heartstring Samplery. It is in a bag from Pretty Southern with a clear vinyl front. They're a disastrous mess like always, but I am using all of the called for threads for this project. They are beautiful. I love them. Quite fall-like actually, but I'm okay with that. That is kind of my color scheme, so it's perfect for my house. Anyways, I am stitching this up on 40 count Mallow linen. I'm trying to fold this up so I'm not holding up so much fabric. This is what I have done. So I don't even know where I was last time, to be honest, but I've got quite a bit done. I've started to fill in kind of this area quite a bit, done some more flowers on the border. I feel like I've made a lot of progress. I love how ridiculous these animals look. Some of them look pretty normal, and then like the one I'm working on right here now, I don't know if that's a hippo or what it is, but man, it looks funny and I love it. So I've really been enjoying working on this. It's nice to just do a tiny motif here and there and feel pretty accomplished by getting it finished. So that is that. The next project that I am working on is another knitting project, another pair of socks. This is what I knit in the summer because they're light and easy and they don't make me too warm. I have this project in a bag from Tiny Human Knits. So this project is a pair of socks that I am test knitting for Kaylin of the Crazy Sock Lady. This pattern will be releasing June 1st, I think. And I've got the first sock done. So this little progress keeper, this taco, is where I was last episode. Again, kind of the same spot as the Poet socks, to be honest. I was able to finish up the first sock. I am knitting these on 2.25mm US 1 needles. I cast on 64 stitches. This yarn is from Hedgehog Fibres. It's their sock base, which is a 90-10, 90% merino, 10% nylon. This color is Salvador. I think it was a club colorway, but it's called Salvador. So I was able to finish the first sock. I did show you the front. It's actually, no, I don't have very much done of the next sock, so I will twist this around on the blocker. So it's got a beautiful cable in the middle, nice chunky cable, and just some textured twisted stitches running down either side of it. Like I said, 64 stitches for this sock. If I twist it back, it is just a regular slip stitch heel flapping gusset and a wedge toe. And these will be going into my gift box of socks. I've said before, most people that I knit socks for have a size 8 foot. So I've decided just to knit up a whole bunch of random size 8 socks and then I can divvy them out whenever I need to. So this is the first of the pair that will be going into that box. And I have basically just got the ribbing done on the cuff for the second pair. So, tangly yarn. Yeah, So the cuff is done, and I will start on the patterning soon-ish if I feel like it. The next thing that I'm working on is another cross-stitch piece in a pretty southern bag, of course. This is a Shepherd's Song, a pattern by Plum Street Samplers. And yeah, I am working on this actually at the same time as my mom. We're both working on it together. I'm doing it on 40 count linen, and she is stitching hers up on 16 count Aida. So I did have a couple people request to see my mom's progress. She doesn't live in the same state as me, but she did send me a picture that I will be popping up, or have already popped up there, to show you guys how much she has got done on her project. It's beautiful. I love it so much. It's cool to see what she's got done, because she's working on it in a different order than I am, which you'll see right away. So I can kind of see how stuff stitches up before I do it, if that makes sense. But she's doing really well on it. She's really good and is monogamous on projects and doesn't start 1,000 things at a time. So while she's behind me right now, I think she's going to catch up and finish before me, to be honest. But that is my mom's project on 16 count, I believe it's parchment Aida? Yes, it is on 16 count parchment Aida, and she is using all of the called for DMC with a couple fancy flosses thrown in there. I think black coffee and collards. Anyways, there's my mom's project. I'm using the called for threads as well, but I'm using all fancy floss, with an exception of the DMCs that are called for. And I am stitching mine up, like I said, on 40 count winter brew. And that is how far I've got. So I think I added all of that flower kind of in the center there, and I finished up the sheep minus his head. I didn't want to do a 1/1 stitching to finish sides and stuff, so I just left that for now. But his body's done, filled in some more grass. Yeah, the only time I worked on it in the past 2 weeks was last night, actually, so the amount I got done for one night of work I'm pretty pleased with. And now I'm kind of sucked into it again and want to work on it some more, so I will be doing that for sure. I do have a question for you guys though. Like I said, this is not serged on the edges, and I don't have a serger, and I have no desire to purchase a serger. But I was wondering, have you guys used pinking shears to make it so the edge of your fabric won't fray? I don't want to put fray check on it. I don't want to put tape on it. That would just annoy me because it would be crunchy. But I've heard pinking shears will stop it from fraying, so let me know if that works for you down below. Because if it does, I will definitely purchase a pair. And then I don't have to worry about the edges not being serged. I can just bring a huge stack of fabric to my mother-in-law when we go to visit next, and she can serge all of them then. Maybe. Or my mom has a serger, but I don't know if it's threaded. Someone will be serging all of my fabric. We will see who. But yeah, that is a Shepherd's Song by Plum Street Samplers. Okay, I have a new design on the needles that I've been working on that I will show you quickly. I am knitting this pair of socks up on 2.25 millimeter needles, which is US 1. I cast on 66 stitches for these. A little bit of an odd number to cast on, but it makes the pattern work. Anyways, here we go. So this is the new sock pattern that I've been working on. First sock is done, obviously. I don't want to say too much about them because it's a pattern, but I will be having these out for testing in the next week or so. I need to sit down this week and write this up, and then it will be ready to go. So if you aren't following me on Instagram and you want to test this pattern, make sure you do so, because I will announce it on Instagram when I'm looking for testers. But yeah, this is my new pattern. First sock is complete. Second sock is in the works. This yarn is from Fiber for the People. This colorway is Granny's Tea Dress, and it is on their Loft base, which is a 75/25. And yeah, I've just barely started on the leg of the second sock. I'm really enjoying these. I and I'm liking the shorter leg. Usually I'm one to do quite a long leg on a pair of socks, partially just to use up the skein. Not that I ever end up using up the whole thing anyways, but I'm kind of partial to this length. They're a nice summery sock. So yeah, keep an eye out for testing for this on Instagram. Should be within the next week or so. And finally, I have one more cross stitch project that I have been working on, and this is in a bag from Made by Mama Joan. Another vinyl front. I really prefer them for cross stitch just because I can look right into the bag and know right away this is what this is. Where with knitting, for some reason I'm able to memorize which project is in which bag a lot easier. I guess maybe because cross stitch projects tend to take me a lot longer than my knitting ones do. So they can sit there for a little bit without me having touched them, and then it's easier to forget. I don't know. But I can pick it up and say, I know what this is. On this note, this is Merry Merry Needleworker by Lindy Stitches. So once again, all the called for threads in a disastrous ball. I am stitching this up on the called for fabric color, not the called for count. I am stitching this on 40 count Bramble. This is what I have completed. So I think last time I hadn't even started the words. I just had the border and like maybe half of one pair of scissors or something like that. So I worked on this for a couple days the past couple weeks, and I got quite a bit done. I'm really enjoying it. It's so whimsical and different, than a lot of projects that I'm working on. So the colors are so bright and pretty, and I don't know, it's just really fun to work on. So I've really been enjoying it. Yeah. The big undertaking that I will have on this is the dress. I will save that for a day when I really don't want to think, because it's a lot of filling in, which I don't have to think about. So enjoying this project as well, and yeah, I've been having a lot of fun jumping back and forth between things, I guess. I don't think I really made significant progress on anything. I have been out in the garden and the yard a lot, so that's taken some of my crafting time away from me, so that definitely drops the amount of time and progress that I'll have on stuff. But I'm still having fun. I'm still enjoying it, so that's all that matters, right? Anyways, that is all I have for you guys this episode. That is all I have worked on. Like I said, I hope you guys are enjoying this beautiful weather. I hope you're getting outside, having some fun. Fresh air makes everyone feel better, I think. So hopefully you've been able to get some fresh air and enjoy yourself. And I will see you guys again in 2 weeks with a new episode. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.